At Rise, Scene 1. Captain's cabin at night. Sound of a creaking ship. Distant waves. The captain's cabin is cluttered and smells of ocean, stale rum, and damp, musty wood. Maps are pinned haphazardly, scrolls are rolled or scattered. Captain Stinkeye sits slumped at a small wooden table with a nearly melted, flickering candle in front of him and a patch over his eye. He tries to nudge the wick with a calloused finger, but it sputters. The candle dies down.
Go on, stay lit. Just stay lit for a while, for a moment.
He tries again, blowing lightly, then in frustration, harder. The candle utterly refuses. The small flame vanishes into a wisp of smoke.
Blasting barnacles, every damn time. Can't even keep a single flame going. It was only a bit of comfort left for old Stink-Eye. A single flickering light, and even that abandoned me, just like me crew.
Young Charlie stands in the doorway, ready to serve his captain. He's holding a steaming bowl of soup.
Captain, I didn't leave. I'm still here.
Captain Stink-Eye freezes for a moment, then turns his head slowly and fixes his stink eye on Charlie, looking more surprised than angry.
You? All right, Charlie lad. Didn't count you in the everyone else category. Not sure why you didn't leave with the rest.
Aye, sir, still here. I thought ye some soup. Special batch, night ward off the scurvy or something.
That soup? Looks lumpy. What's in it? Boot leather? Seaweed?
Mostly potatoes and fresh kelp. Tastes like the sea.
Captain Stink-Eye sighs, taking the bowl, and tentatively brings a spoonful to his lips, but spits it out immediately with a gagging sound.
What in the name of Kraken is that? Tastes like a badger dead in a salt link.
Captain, you're looking a bit green around the gills. Are ye all right?
All right? No, I'm not all right. Even the soup is against me. It's a conspiracy. Everything. The candle, the crew, the lumpy badger soup. You're all plotting me demise.
Sorry about the soup, Captain. Maybe less seaweed next time and more fish?
Yeah, forget the soup, Charlie. Just another miserable day.
Charlie and Captain Stink-Eye stop talking and stare out the porthole at the night sea, mesmerized for a moment by the steady movement of waves and moonlight. Quiet settled over them both.
Yo-ho, Captain! Would ye look at the likes of that?
What say ye? I don't see anything. What are you looking at?
Avast ye! What do you mean ye don't see anything? Look!
I'm looking. I don't see anything.
The moonlight, it's making a path right to our boat. And something with a large shining tail is swimming towards us.
The captain and the young boy rush topside to get a closer look. Captain Stink-Eye surveys the dark horizon, then uses a spyglass to search the night sea. With Charlie's help, he spots a path of shimmering moonlight and looks for movement.
Ah, she blows, Charlie. That's not a whale. Look at the gemstones on that tail.
Avast ye! She's coming alongside, Captain.
As the captain and his helper stare at the water below, Esperanza, the mermaid, rises gracefully from the gentle waves. Her human-like upper half, serene and beautiful, turns to face Charlie and Captain Stink-Eye. The glimmering moonlight gives her a magical sheen. Charlie and the captain stare speechless.
Greetings, travelers of the waves.
Oh, ahoy, ahoy to ye now. Well, blow me down, Captain. She's beautiful and real. I never thought I'd see the likes of this.
A mermaid. Been a long time since I've seen one of your kind. You're usually trying to lure me mates to their doom. Avast ye, lad. Run and find a special gift to welcome our guest. Look through all our treasures, spare nothing, and bring it here as quickly as possible.
Yes, Captain. Some travelers seek the darkness and are lured away by empty promises. They hate the light, just like your crew. Others, like you and Charlie, seek the light. My name is Esperanza, translated hope. I am a watcher. I see the light.
Light? But I don't see any light. Just the darkness. Dark above, dark below.
You see darkness because you're looking at the world through an eye full of bitterness and fear. It's what you call your stink eye. It's an eye that can never see the light.
But me stink eye is me only eye.
No, you have another eye, an eye blinded to the lies of the world. It is your right eye, the one that will guide you to the light.
I saw you with my stink eye.
No, Captain. Charlie saw me. You only saw me because Charlie saw me first. He pointed you to me.
Aye, the lad saw ye first. But why?
Because you think you have the power to find the light. But Charlie knows that the light has the power to find him.
Aye, now. I'm the captain of this ship, not me handmaid Charlie.
Yes, Captain. You have assumed the helm of this ship and charted your course. But you don't know where you're going or how to get there. Charlie is humble. He allows the light from above to guide him. He's not guided by you or anyone else.
But I have a map.
You have many maps, none of which has gotten you anywhere except lost.
Are ye saying 'tis my own map that got me lost?
Your stink eye followed those maps and got you lost in the Sea of Gaul. But your right eye follows a way that will never get you lost.
But me right eye is closed. How do I open it?
By following Charlie's example.
A loud clatter distracts Esperanza and Captain Stinkeye as Charlie returns, carrying a large burlap sack stuffed full of old dusty scrolls. His entrance is announced by the morning sun as it peeks up from the horizon, framing the young man and his gift in a golden glow.
Avast ye, Captain! I have obeyed your command and brought your most treasured possessions to give as a gift to your most treasured guest.
Well, blow me down, Charlie lad. I was expecting gold necklace or a jeweled crown from me old treasure chest. But those are me maps.
Aye, sir, you said to spare nothing. I brought your best.
Captain Stinkeye looks from Esperanza, radiant in the early morning sunlight, back to Charlie, proudly hugging his treasure and looking up at the captain.
Arr, me matey. You're making your captain take walk the plank. I should have seen it coming. I followed me own path me whole life and got nowhere but closer and closer to Davy Jones' locker. Now it's time to follow the light.
Captain Stinkeye retrieves Charlie's treasure bag and carries it to Esperanza, waiting below.
Esperanza, me love, you gave me a candle that never goes out. In exchange, this is my gift to you. I believe it's exactly what you came for.
Captain Stinkeye drops his treasure bag to Esperanza below. She catches it with open arms as Charlie cheers from above.
Aye, aye, Captain. 'Tis time for those old maps to be buried at sea.
Yes, Captain. Only those who lose their lives will find true life. And now, take this message everywhere, and the light from above will be with you wherever you go.
With a graceful flip of her tail and a final wave goodbye, Esperanza slips beneath the waves and disappears, just as magically as she arrived.
Aye, aye, me hearty. Until we meet again.
Well done. Well done.
Was that Captain Stink Eye?
Yes.
I was.
Yeah, I really liked it, but
very
I
funny.
didn't quite understand the ending. And I think maybe it might be that I like missed a few words or something, because sometimes the reception's a little bit off. So how did they resolve things at the end?
He gave her the treasure chest of his maps at the end.
And does that mean he was going to die?
No, so all right, let me back up a little bit of what the story meant. So at the beginning, he was this captain, and he didn't think that he could ever be forgiven, and he thought he was just gonna be alone in the dark all the time. He was trying to make things his own way so that he could find the light and light out of this situation, and that's what represent what the candle was. But he couldn't do it in his own way, his own strength. So his first mate helped him by pointing him to the mermaid that represents hope. Esperanza means hope, it's Spanish for hope.
Right.
And that represents hope. And so once he found hope, he was able to see the light, which is the real light that never goes out. There's the sun. It's a spiritual message, which means that he actually saw Jesus, which takes him to God.
Okay.
Because through Jesus, you go to God. And then he saw God, which is the sun, and he was able to have the eternal life, which is far more valuable than a temporary life. And the maps that he represented was the maps that he was trying to find in order to build life on the earth, like a natural life. Yeah, but then he had to let go of that natural life, which is him giving the maps to Esperanza. He had to let go of that natural life and his way of thinking in order to renew his mind and
Right.
have more of a spiritual way of thinking and accepting Jesus into his life, which brought him to God.
But he,
Okay, so he doesn't die at the end.
If he has eternal, no, he doesn't die. It's a good ending. He has eternal life at the end. Yep.
but
I
he,
see. Okay.
he had the candle before he met the mermaid, right?
Yes, and that candle represent his way of trying to bring the light to him.
Okay.
But his own way, his own strength, like his own rules, his own way of life, he doesn't work. He had to, because that was just a natural way of life of thinking. He had to actually renew his mind to have more of a spiritual way of thinking.
Right. Okay.
So when he thanks the mermaid for bringing him the light, he's not talking about the candle.
No, he's talking about the sun, which is God, and she shows him the sun.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end.
So Trisha
Yes.
and Chuck,
Yes.
Yes.
what?
A lot of fun. I missed a couple
Absolutely.
words because it was tough to read out of one eye and missed a couple of lines, but it was fun to work with Trisha and always with Elizabeth. Made it a lot of fun, and it was funny stuff and some touching stuff, which I liked.
Yeah.
I love the message of the play a lot. And I like how you conveyed the message through the pirates. I thought that was cool. And the mermaid, yeah.
It was a good balance, and kudos to the actors. Very funny
thank
to
you.
watch. Love the names. Captain Stink Eye.
Thank
Yes, and it must have been difficult to read out of. I did at one point think, is Chuck able to see the script?
And
Probably.
by the
Obviously you did.
last page was like, okay, what is that word? And just
Great
got the script
message.
yesterday, so it was tough. Yes.
But your
Yeah.
accents were so
Maggie,
funny.
well done.
Irish
I thought it
accents
was
so
squeaky
much
good
as well.
myself.
I
I'll
always
have a sore throat tomorrow, but it was
Great.
worth it.
Ooh, arr.
Arr.
I enjoy David.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
Thank
you.
you.
it was a
Thank you.
great start to today too. It was fun to watch.
Thank you, Luis.
I love hearing your explanations, Maggie. They're really cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Luis.
Danetto, what were you saying?
I just said the accents were really funny. The two that did that like pirate accent.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Arr.
So what are you planning on doing with this play?
She just
I'm just gonna see where it leads to next.
So I think if you really like, if you want to produce it and put it on stage, I just have one piece of advice for you. The dialect. I'm there's a couple of times when this is going to sound super anal, but I think little things like this can help you get it to the next level. That's why I'm saying it, because I think it's really good, and I wanted to give you just a little bit of feedback that I think can help you take it to the next level, because I want you to do that. So there's a couple of times when grammatically the archaic dialect is a little off, because like maybe you use, like when you said ye are, I don't think you say ye are. I'm not sure what the form of be is. It might be ye be or ye is. I'm not quite sure. But I do maybe a little bit of research on some of the ways that grammar at that time differed. Grammar and even slang and stuff like that at that time differed. So you can get that really precise, because I think if you can do that, that will really that will help you get it where you want it to go. Because for me, that was the only thing that held it back. The people who maybe know a little bit about the way people spoke then, might go, well, that's wrong. And that's such a small thing that you can fix. So I just want to mention that.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments before we move on? Elizabeth.
I would just like to say thank you so much, Maggie, for bringing it in. I love your work.
Yeah.
And always a
Yes.
pleasure to read with read these characters, and read with these characters.
Yeah. I love reading with you guys too.
Like,
Yeah, it was so much
like
fun.
Chuck and Trish.
You guys are great. You guys are great.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love the
thank
play. I
you.
thought the script
Yeah,
and
it
the
was really
characters are
fun.
well developed, and it
Really
was fun.
good.
So,
And I love your messages and your work. I do.
mhm,
Yes.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.